Cape York. The last time I went to Cape York was 1997. I was driving my 73 Series FRP top, Toyota Land Cruiser. In this photo, there was no bridge over the Winlock River. There was no digital photos either. The top photo, you can't even recognize gunshot. Here we're travelling through Knowles Brook and over Cypress Bridge. Cape York is the most northerly point on mainland Australia. People travel from all over Australia to tackle Cape York. We're leaving from the Gold Coast, which is about a 6,200 kilometre round trip. Don't forget to stop in at Miriam Vale to get a crab sandwich. Behind the back there's more shops. We're heading to Rockhampton to stay the night. There's lots of good restaurants and accommodation for weary travellers. Next morning we head to the Capricorn Caves, not far out of Rockhampton, heading north. It's only a quick diversion and it's well worth the visit. 20 minutes past Mackay is Cape Hillsborough, and that's where we're going for the night. We're stopping in at Barra Crab for lunch and have a look around. The owners are great and encourage people just to drop in and have something to eat. No need to stay. Big tide's up here and it's currently out. With beachside camping, we'll definitely be back. If you're only travelling by car, they've got Donger-style accommodation. A quick bite to eat before we head off. About 20 minutes up the road, you've got Carmilla Beach Park, and you need to be self-sufficient here. You won't find any water or power. We jump back on the highway and keep heading north. We drive through Serena and bypass Mackay and go straight to Cape Hillsborough. We get up early to watch the kangaroos on the beach. Back on the highway, we keep heading north to Airlie Beach. Airlie Beach is the gateway to the Whitsunday Islands. Bowen's just up the road and home to the Big Mango. Only 200 kilometres to Townsville. Welcome to Townsville. Day 4, we decided to go on a fishing charter.
God, they're strong. And they're ugly.
Yeah, not real nice when you get bitten by them.
Try and get the hook.
After getting a couple of barra and a jack, that was great. Most people travelling to the Cape will keep heading north, heading up through Cardwell, There's a lot of places to stop and see, a lot of different attractions. Tully has its big boot. Eddy Bay is famous for its beaches and cassowaries. Here comes two now wandering down the road. Make sure you call into Perenella Park and check out the history here. Amazing story. We keep heading north through Innisfail and up to Josephine Falls. Walk a little further up to the next falls. On your way to the Babinda Boulders, you want to call in and have a pie from this bakery. Great place for a refreshing swim and no crocs. You're allowed to camp here at Babinda Boulders. When in Cairns, don't forget to stop at Manning's Pies. We don't bother to stop in Cairns, but we went straight to Port Douglas. We decided to take a trip out to the reef. Most people going to the Cape will cross the Daintree River on the barge and make their journey to Cooktown. We're not doing that. We're starting in Townsville because we're on a variety event. Variety is one of Australia's largest children's charities. Our first stop is Mount Fox for lunch. Next destination, Andara Lava Tubes. Everyone enjoying a few pre-dinner drinks. Day 7, we head over for a hearty breakfast. We head over first to the crater rim. These craters are remnant volcanoes that were active millions of years ago. Then we go and have a look at the lava tubes. The lava tubes and caves were formed when rivers of lava flowed through the valley and crusted over to form a roof. Insulated in its casing of solidified lava, the lava flowed carried on for tens of kilometers before draining out, leaving an empty tube of lava as you can see here. We get our mid-morning briefing before we hit the road. To Chillagoe via the back roads. Get your maps out and you can follow our journey by looking up these towns and following our road signs. We arrive in Chillagoe and decide to wash down the dust. Day 8. Today we're leaving to Maytown and then heading to Coolbarra Station for the night. Crossing the Mitchell River. It's good to get out of the vehicle and stretch the legs during these long drives.
Slow start, but don't panic. It's amazing how it changes, but I needed a
Who's
job.
got two?
I got 2.
I needed a job that I didn't have to go too fast in.
Go five, go five. Go five.
Come on, 2.
Five. What, you
Keep
got
going, 2.
Five. Me shitty going, look at me.
I want to protest my duck.
They'll head in the slipstream eventually.
Oh, there they go. And I turned around. 2's turned around and he's heading up for the home straight.
It takes about the same length of time as the Melbourne Cup.
Brandon, what are you doing at the back there?
Looks like a landslide.
There you go.
Oh, they're going fast now, these ones.
Oh, they're catching up.
Oh, they're catching up.
Oh, I got stuck.
Number 5 is catching up.
Making it. Come on, five. Oh, the loser again.
And it's...
No, not yet.
Yeah, 2 hit first.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Closely followed by number 5.
We turn right here and head to Maytown. This is the Palmer River that was made famous during the 1874 gold rush. You'll notice the slant on these trees, which is caused during the summer monsoons when this river will flood. Using only simple sluicing pans and cradles, alluvial miners worked the surface and recovered nearly 1 million ounces of gold in the first 5 years. Maytown was established due to the gold rush. Not much left after fires and time destroyed the man-made structures. We leave Maytown and head to Coolbarra Station. Where we camp the night, although there is accommodation available. The station workers are getting tonight's meal underway.
Yeah, mate. You're at the Coolbarra Station. Good, mate. Channel 7 here. Coolbarra Station, fantastic.
Early night before a big day tomorrow. Day 9, we're up early, have breakfast and morning briefing before we hit the road heading to Bramwell Station. We stop in at the Han River Roadhouse to get some fuel. It appears they have good camping facilities also. It's not long before we reach Musgrave Station at Yarradin.
You're not an animal.
You're going to stand next to it, bloke.
Off to Cowan. It's a long drive up the PDR. We arrive in Cowan. During the early 1990s, a young larrikin got up on the roof and put an S in front of the Exchange Hotel. The Exchange Hotel has accommodation at the back for campers and facilities, hot showers and flush toilets. We keep making our way to Archer River for lunch. Lots of road work on the PDR. They reckon it's going to be all bitumen by 2025. After a quick lunch, we're off. Need to leave another sticker. Archer River also provides camping facilities and a good place to top up with fuel and get rid of some excess waste. Last time I was here, we camped on the banks of the Archer River, just down here on the right hand side, up on the sandbanks. There's the boys coming down. This is the Archer River. And here's one, never made it.
That's my old car.
Woohoo! We turn right here onto the Telegraph Road and we leave the PDR, which stands for the Peninsula Development Road. Last time I was here, there was no causeway over the Wenlock. All you could hear was the baby crocs of a night chirping, and we prayed that Mummy wasn't around as we drove through the Wenlock. You can see how high these rivers get with the litter up in the trees. About 50 metres from the bridge is the entrance to the Morton Telegraph Station. This is where we stayed when we first went to the Cape. It's got great facilities and campgrounds. On this trip, we're staying just up the road at the Bramble station. We finally arrive at Bramble Station. Day 10, and we hit the Telly Track. This is the start and the main reason why people come to Cape York. The 122 kilometre Telly Track was the original telegraph line, completed in 1887 and stretched from Laura to Thursday Island. Bramble Junction didn't exist last time I was here in 1997. It wasn't built till 2002. Let's start the Old Telly Track. The first obstacle to complete is Palm Creek, then the South Alice and the North Alice, and then the Dalhunty. Back up. This is Palm Creek. The winch cable's pulled out just in case you get stuck, because you're going to need to turn off your engine due to the oil running to the front of the motor.
That's your match tracks there, when you're ready. Yeah, nice. Power. Yeah! I'm having a beer! Left hand.
That old tree's had a few winches in its time, hasn't it?
Has.
Yeah.
Just wait there, let me get a better spot.
I know about driving them, but that's the easiest one to walk.
Oh, he's really there. Keep going, he's doing well. The winch is going to be a problem. He's going to need to let go of it.
I believe this is the North Alice River. Unfortunately, nothing is signmarked.
Dropping into the last one, I've already lost the two toolboxes at the back, so
Yeah.
just fall.
Yeah, right.
A big grinder job to find out what I left.
I lost your coat again.
Where's the radio?
Hey, look, Daddy, clean our boasting it for us.
And the Titanic has just been resurrected.
Crossing the Dalhousie River.
I've already done it before.
This is Birdie Creek. Don't go straight across as there's big holes in the middle of this river. Next obstacle, Cockatoo Creek. I'm amazed on how much gunshot has changed. Due to the large number of vehicles on the event, unfortunately we couldn't do this obstacle as the officials believed we would clog up the area and affect other road users. There's no camping at Fruitbat Falls, only Elliott Falls. We head down to Fruitbat Falls for a swim. The Elliott Creek is actually spring-fed from New Guinea. Time for a nibble around the fire. Day 11. Time to head down to Elliott Falls to have one of nature's baths. This poor guy's riding his bike to Cape York. I don't know why he's smiling. Morning briefing by the officials, and they advise we can't do the northern part of the Deddick Track, unfortunately. We stop and say g'day to Matt from Explore Life at the Jardine River. A bit of a line up to the ferry, but it's the only access point. You wouldn't want to swim. The cost is $110 per vehicle. We're almost there. It's less than an hour to go from Bamagat to the tip of Cape York. It's only 34.5 kilometers. The croc tent is where you stop and buy all your souvenirs and shirts and stubby coolers, etc. It's only a short drive now through the rainforest before we get to the tip of Australia. Only 15 kilometers to go. And there we go, we finally made it to the tip of Australia. We're staying at Punsan Bay for 2 days. A bar and wood-fired pizzas. What else would you need? Yes, the shower and toilet facilities here at Punsan Bay. Don't swim in these waters. If the crocs and sharks don't get you first, the irukandji and box jellyfish will kill you. Day 11, we head down to Fraser to have a look. Don't complain about fuel prices when Coca-Cola is $4.23 a litre. This is the Seisha Campground and Caravan Park, where we first stayed 25 years ago. Surprisingly, nothing's changed. We head back into Bamaga to get some supplies from the Ibis supermarket. Between Bamaga and Seisha is New Mapoon, which is an Aboriginal community. This is where you go for your fishing charters, but you need to book months ahead. Driving through downtown Bamaga. Better top up with some fuel before we head south. Before you go to Cape York, make sure you read up on Frank Jardine and the history of Somerset. Very interesting reading. Somerset was actually colonised in 1864. Looking over at York Island. Down here at Somerset Campground. Facilities. Day 12, we start heading south, not before looking at the DC-3 crash site during World War II. It gets expensive here if you have a breakdown. We return to Cohen for an overnight stay. Day 13, we head to Lara. Camping facilities behind the pub. Old Laura Station has some interesting history of a bygone era. We keep heading south to Cooktown. Clean out some of the mud under the truck. The old ammunitions building. Set on the Endeavour River where Captain Cook came in 1770. Somewhere down there is where Captain Cook pulled up to fix the Endeavour after he struck a reef. Day 14, we head over to the Turf Club to have breakfast. We stop in at Black Mountain before heading to the Lion's Den. You can't go past the Lion's Den without stopping in and having a look at this iconic pub. The Lion's Den also offers camping facilities. We stop in to see the Wodjil Wodjil Aboriginal community. It's worth a short bushwalk to go and see the Wodjil Wodjil Falls. A great drive down the Bloomfield Road through the rainforest of Cape Tribulation.
Want to get around it? No, we're a good way.
A lot of people ask if they can take a caravan up the Bloomfield Road. I believe you could take a semi-off-road and an off-road caravan up here, not a problem. Time to board our ferry to take us across the Daintree River. This is where we finish our journey, and yours just begins. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up.